Hello dear children, today we are going to start our third chapter, that is poverty as a challenge. In our introduction part, we see in our daily life, we come across many people who we think are poor. They could be landless laborers in villages or people living in overcrowded juggies in cities. They could also be beggars with children in tatters. We see poverty all around us. In fact, every fourth person in India is poor. All of you know, in India we are having almost 130 crore population, and out of that almost 26 crore people or 260 million people living below poverty line. This also means that India has the largest single concentration of the poor in the world. This illustrates the seriousness of the challenge. Two typical cases of poverty. One is urban case and another one is rural case. Means with the help of two stories of one of urban and another of rural, we will study about poverty. First one, story of Ramcharan. 33 years old Ramcharan worked as a daily wager in a wheat flour mill near Ranchi in Jharkhand, and he earned around rupees 1500 per month, but his employment opportunity are not regular. The money is not enough to sustain his family of 6. That includes his wife and 4 children, aged between 12 years to 6 months. He is also compelled to send money to his old parents because his parents, means his father, is a landless laborer and depend on Ramcharan only. Ramcharan live in a one-room rented house in a crowded basti in the outskirts of the cities. His wife Santa Devi work as a part-time maid in a few houses and earned another rupees 800. His elder son worked as a helper in a tea shop and he also earned another rupees 300. Total 2600, means 15 plus 800 plus 300 is equal to total 2600 earned by the family members of Ramcharan. But this is not enough. They manage a meager meal of dal and rice twice a day, but never enough for all of them. His 10 years old daughter take care of the younger sibling. None of the children go to school. They have only 2 pairs of hands-me-down clothes. Shoes are a luxury for them. The children have no health care when they fall ill. Due to their poor economic condition, the children also not getting proper care during the time of their any kind of illness. Now another one is rural case. Story of Lakha Singh. Lakha Singh belonged to a village near Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. His family does not own any land. Means Lakha Singh family is a landless family, and they are compelled to work in the field of big farmers, but their works are not regular. Ram Singh earned only rupees 50 per day. Sometimes he get his wage in kinds in terms of wheat or dal, or even sometimes in terms of vegetable also. The family of 8 members cannot always manage 2 square meal. Lakha live in a kacha hut on the outskirts of the village. The woman of the family, means Lakha's wife, she is also doing some work like collecting firewood in the field. His father, a TB patient, passes away 2 years ago due to lack of medication. Now Lakha's mother also suffering from same disease. Although the village has a primary school, Lakha never went there. He has to start earning when he was 10 years old. So when Lakha Singh was 10 years old only, from that time he start earning, means he start working. New clothes happens one in a few years. Even soap and oils are luxury for the family. From these two typical cases, it shows that poverty means landlessness, child labor, hunger, unemployment, poor health and lack of shelter. Poverty also means illiteracy, lack of clean water and sanitation facilities. Poverty as seen by social scientists. Along with income and consumption, they use some other indicator like illiteracy level and malnutrition. They shows that poverty means hunger and lack of shelter. Poverty also means lack of clean water and sanitation facilities. Social exclusion. According to this concept, poverty must be seen in terms of poor having to live only in a poor surrounding with other poor people. They are excluded from enjoying social equality and better of people in better surrounding. Vulnerability. Vulnerability describes the greater probability of certain communities or individuals of becoming or remaining poor in the coming year. The people from backward class, individuals like widow, physically handicapped are more vulnerable. They possess greater risks at the time of natural disaster. Means the people, those who are belonging from vulnerable groups, they are having more risks at the time of natural disaster. Here one diagram is there that it shows the percentage of population below poverty line of different vulnerable groups. 51% scheduled tribes, 50% urban casual labor, 47% rural agricultural labor, 43% scheduled caste, and they are living below poverty line. Here all India average is 26%. The percentage of population living below poverty line of different vulnerable groups, it is more than the all India average. Poverty line. A common method used to measure poverty line is based on the income or consumption level. That means on the basis of consumption or income, we can determine whether the person is below poverty line or above poverty line. A person is considered poor if his or her income or consumption level falls below a given minimum level necessary to fulfill basic needs. Poverty means what? Poverty means? Poverty means inability to fulfill the basic needs of our life. The present formula for food requirement while estimating the poverty line is based on the desired calorie requirement. The accepted average of calorie requirement in India is 2400 calories per person per day in rural areas and 2100 calorie per person per day in urban area. Here that means a calorie requirement for a rural area it is 2400 and for urban area it is 2100. 2400 is more than 2100. Why? Because the people living in a rural area engage themselves in a more physical work. Calorie requirement in a rural area are considered to be higher than urban area. Now poverty line in terms of income means on the basis of income we will determine a person whether he is below poverty line or above poverty line. Poverty line varies with time place. For the year 2019, the poverty line for a person was fixed at rupees 673 per month for rural area and rupees 860 for the urban areas. The poverty line is estimated periodically by conducting sample survey by National Sample Survey Organization. Means who conduct sample survey? National Sample Survey Organization. In this diagram, percentage of population below poverty line is given of different state of India. Here you see Orissa, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Tripura, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, their percentage of population below poverty line is more than all India average. Orissa, 47.2% population, they are living below poverty line. Another, some state like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Jammu Kashmir, their percentage of population below poverty line is less than all India average. In our diagram, percentage of population below poverty line in Jammu and Kashmir, it is 6.2% and it is lowest among these states. Global poverty scenario. There has been significant decline in global poverty scenario. However, it is marked with greater regional differences. Poverty has declined more in China and Southeast Asian countries. World Bank has defined poverty as the people earning less than $1.25 per day. Means if a person unable to earn $1.25 per day, then he is considered as a person below poverty line. The Millennium Development Goal of United Nations call for reducing the proportion of population below poverty line to half the year 1990 by 2015. Some data are given. Here you see of some selected countries, percentage below poverty line population: Nigeria, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, Brazil, Indonesia, Sri Lanka. You see this data. Now, very important point, that is causes of poverty in India. There are number of causes for the widespread poverty in India. Some historical reason, it is like that. Due to the British colonial administration, our India, they are unable to accelerate the growth rate. British government, they did nothing for development of Indian economy as well as for the development of Indian agriculture and farmer. The failure at both front, promotion of economic growth and population control, continued the cycle of poverty in India. There are some other reasons of poverty in India. These are rapid growth of population. Rapid growth of population, particularly among the poor, is considered a major cause of poverty in India. Second one is our agricultural sector has failed to generate mass employment opportunities for the farm laborers. Similarly, our industries could not provide much job for the job seekers. Means from both the sector, agricultural sector and industrial sector, they are unable to provide sufficient employment opportunities or create sufficient employment opportunities. There more people became unemployed and they are living below poverty line. One of the major causes of poverty in India is the unequal distribution of land and other resources. Various land reform measures introduced after independence could not improve the life of millions of rural people because of their poor implementation. Means though to reduce inequality or unequal distribution of land, government takes various measures of land reforms, but their implementation part is very poor. That's why we are unable to reduce poverty and unequal distribution of land. Next one is social factor. People in India, including the very poor, spend a lot of money on social occasions like marriage and festival, etc. Poor people hardly have any savings. So, to celebrate such kind of festivals or marriage, they must borrow money. Due to their poor earning, they are unable to repay the borrowed amount. And ultimately, they became victims of indebtedness. Next one is joint family system. This is also another cause of poverty in India, because joint family system has prevented people from doing hard work. Now, shortly, following are the causes of poverty in India: illiteracy, unemployment, poor health, child labor, poor sanitation facilities, helplessness, landlessness, huge income inequalities, socio-cultural factor and economic factor. Now we are going to discuss about anti-poverty measures, means measures taken by Indian government to remove poverty from India. The current anti-poverty strategies of the government is based on two planks. One is promotion of economic growth and another one is targeted anti-poverty programs. One of the most important anti-poverty measure taken by Indian government is National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005. It aimed to ensure livelihood security in rural area by providing at least 100 days of wage employment in a financial year to every household whose adult members volunteer to do unskilled manual work. It means under this scheme, government give assurance to the people they will provide minimum 100 days employment opportunities. If they are unable to provide 100 days employment opportunities, then they will give unemployment allowances to the unemployed people. Next one is National Food for Work Program, which was launched in 2004. The National Food for Work Program was launched by Minister of Rural Development, Central Government, on 14 November 2004 in 150 of the most backward districts of India. The main objectives of this scheme is to generate supplementary wage employment. What is the basic objectives of this plan? Generating supplementary wage employment. The program is open to all rural poor who are prepared to do manual and unskilled labor. Next one is Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, PMRY. It is a very important scheme launched by Government of India. The aim of Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, PMRY, is to create self-employment opportunities for educated unemployed youth in rural areas and small towns. By starting of this program, a target to establish 7 lakh micro-venture by the jobless educated youth. Here you see the main targeted group is educated youth, jobless educated youth. Under this scheme, government try to create employment opportunity for the jobless educated youth. Next one is Rural Employment Generation Program. It was launched in 1995. The aim of the program is to create self-employment opportunities in rural areas and small towns. A target for creating 25 lakh new jobs has been set for the program under the 10th 5-year plan. How many job opportunities under this government targeted to create? That is 25 lakhs job opportunities under 10th 5-year plan. Swarna Jayanti Gram Swarozgar Yojana was launched in 1999. It aimed at providing self-employment to villagers through the establishment of self-help group. That is self-employment opportunity under this scheme. You see, for any government, it is not possible to create 100% employment opportunities for all. That's why government introduced this new concept, that is self-help group, so that they can create employment opportunities, self-employment opportunities. Nowadays, this concept became very popular, self-help group. Another one is Pradhan Mantri Gramodaya Yojana, launched in 2000. PMGY launched in 2000-2001 in all states and union territories in order to achieve the objectives of sustainable human development at the village level. PMGY initially have 5 components, namely primary health, primary education, rural shelter, rural drinking water and nutrition. Antyodaya Anna Yojana. Antyodaya Anna Yojana is an Indian government sponsored scheme for 10 million of the poorest family. It is on the lookout for the poorest of the poor by providing them 35 kilogram of rice and wheat at rupees 3 and rupees 2 per kg respectively. That means under this program, Antyodaya Anna Yojana, government try to provide food gains to the poorest of the poor family at very cheap rate, that is per kg rice at rupees 3 and per kg wheat at rupees 2. Though different anti-poverty measures taken by government, but nowadays also poverty remain as a challenge in front of India. Challenge that still remain providing healthcare, education, job security for all, and achieving gender equality and dignity for the poor. This will be ever bigger task for us. The challenge ahead once again, but despite the progress, poverty reduction remain India's most compelling challenge. Wide disparities in poverty are visible between rural area and urban area among different states. In our India, different states they are having different growth rate. Percentage of population also below poverty line, it is also different. Certain social and economic groups are more vulnerable to poverty. Poverty reduction is expected to make better progress in the next 10 to 15 years. This would be possible only due to higher economic growth, increasing stress on universal free elementary education, decreasing population growth, increasing empowerment of the women and the weaker section of the society, economically weaker section of the society. This picture shows why poverty nowadays also remains challenge for us. At last, I like to conclude my class with the help of a quotation, nice quotation by Nelson Mandela, that is, poverty is not an accident. Like slavery and apartheid, it is man-made and can be removed by the action of human beings. How can we remove poverty? Only with the action of human beings. Okay. So, everybody try your level best to remove poverty from India. Thank you.